Samsung is working on a big update for its Now Bar feature in One UI, and it's expected to launch by the end of this year. If you haven't used the Now Bar yet, it's a row of cards that shows up on your lock screen. It was first added in One UI 7.0, which is based on Android 15. The idea is to let you quickly control things like music, timers, or phone calls without unlocking your phone. This makes it faster and easier to do basic tasks. For example, you can pause a song, check how much time is left on a timer, or hang up a call just by tapping the lock screen. You don't need to open the full app, but even though the feature is helpful, it hasn't become very popular yet. One big reason is that the Now Bar only works with a small number of apps. Right now, it supports just 20 apps and most of those are made by Samsung, but that's about to change. Samsung's guide for the Galaxy Z Flip 7 confirms that by the end of 2025, the Now Bar will support 35 apps instead of just 20. That's a big improvement. Samsung hasn't listed which apps will be added, but this update shows that they want the Now Bar to be a more important part of how Galaxy phones work. This could make the feature much more useful. Just imagine being able to control your favorite music app, check a food delivery update, or see the latest sports scores all without unlocking your phone. That would make the Now Bar something you'd actually want to use every day. What's helping Samsung do this is Android 16. This new version of Android comes with a new tool for developers called a standard API. This tool lets apps show live updates on the lock screen and in the status bar. That means apps can show you important information even when they're not open. It's like giving every app the ability to update you directly on the lock screen. Right now, Samsung hasn't added this Android 16 tool to its version of One UI 8, but if they do, it could make the Now Bar much better. Instead of just showing Samsung's apps, it could show live updates from a lot of different apps. That would solve the biggest problem people have had with the feature so far. There's also another change coming that's good news for people who use Samsung foldable phones like the Galaxy Z Flip series. In One UI 7.0, if you saw the Now Bar cards on the small cover screen, you could only view the information. If you tapped on a card, it would open the full app or widget on the main screen. But in One UI 8, the Now Bar will work the same on both the cover screen and the main screen. You'll be able to tap, swipe, and use the cards directly from the cover screen. That means no more opening the phone just to pause music or check something quickly. It's a small change, but it makes using the phone with one hand much easier, especially when you're walking or in a hurry. Samsung hasn't said which new apps will be added yet, but all signs point to a much better experience. With more apps, live updates, and better control from both screens, the Now Bar is becoming a key part of One UI. This fits into a larger trend of phone companies trying to make smartphones more helpful even when they're locked. So if you're using a Samsung phone that will get One UI 8, like the Galaxy Z Flip 7 or a newer flagship model, you can expect a better lock screen experience. The Now Bar will no longer feel like just a Samsung-only feature. It might become something you use all the time if your favorite apps start supporting it. If Samsung also adds support for Android 16's live update tool, then apps like Spotify, WhatsApp, Uber, and many others could start showing live updates on the Now Bar. That would make it even more useful and help Samsung stand out compared to other Android phones and even iPhones. While we don't know all the details yet, it's clear that Samsung wants to make the Now Bar more helpful and a bigger part of daily phone use. The goal is simple: to give you faster access to the things that matter right from your lock screen.